any meeting, small or big, cannot be conducted without the use of Arabic, both the translated documents and interpretation. If you want any meeting to succeed or otherwise, you will just have to take care of that aspect of within the broad preparations you are making for the meeting. Arabic is still very, very important in, well, you take into account that all the North African countries are Arabic speaking, and then you have the Sudan, you have Egypt, and other countries. Libya in the north, of course. And in fact, Libya, they used to be even fanatical about it. They can stop a meeting just in the middle of it for, as a mark of protest for a few documents being missing in Arabic. Everything has to be translated. And that situation has not changed. It still obtains.
The Maghreb countries were very important in the African Union, or AU, not only because they bankrolled most of the budget of the AU, but they were very, very important.
Yeah, they are, but what you have just mentioned is a very important aspect of things here. Bankrolling the activities of the organization. Actually, you take a country like Libya or Algeria. These are among the major contributors to the OAU and now the AU. In fact, you have what they call the big countries, and they are considered to be among them. Just because, and in fact, not only that, their seriousness with AU, or I can say continental issues, and the cause, the African cause, is such that they can only be treated as very, very important member states.
We'll come back. We'll come back very shortly to the rise of revolutions. They call the Arab Spring very shortly, and how it has affected the AU. I'm sure with the demise of Gaddafi, who used to really pump in a lot of money in the AU, the Arab Spring may or may not affect bankroll in the AU. But we'll come back very shortly to that. Let me just come to Alaji Keba Jan, who of course has a master's degree in linguistics from the Khartoum University, and is an Arab educationist, of course, in post-independent Gambia. The coming of Islam to this Senegambia area has also created a lot of welfare for the people of this area, because when you look at the Gambia and you look at Senegal, not much people had access to conventional education like the British type of education. Almost a lot of people were literally educated in Arabic.
Well, that's correct, Malik. Before the independence, Malik, you know, the entire development of Arabic education in this country was in the hands of the Daras. And then after independence, then government of the day decided that hence majority of Gambians are Muslims, and then majority of them can communicate to each other through the Arabic script. They can write letters in Mandinka through Arabic script and so on, and Wolof and other languages. Then the independent Gambia decided to make this education be introduced to all schools. Well, before the independence, it was only 3 schools, namely 1 senior secondary school and 2 primary schools. These are the 3 schools that, you know, were teaching Arabic Islamic. But later, the government decided that the Arabic language should be introduced to all schools. And with that regard, a committee was set up headed by the late Imam Job, to look into this, how Arabic language should be taught in all schools, and if there is any bottleneck. And after visiting all schools in the Gambia, Imam Job and his committee realized that there are a lot of problems. Number one, teachers that are supposed to teach this language are not well qualified to deliver, to teach Arabic Islamic language. And number two, they realized that, you know, the teaching period for this particular subject needed to be enhanced in all schools. And of course, because of the colonial mentality, the order of the day was that, you know, Arabic language is not a language that should be recognized in our system. But later, of course, 2 years later, the Arabic Islamic Inspectorate was created through the Ministry of Education, headed by late Al-Hajj Hatta Bojang and late Maska. So after introduction of these two people, Arabic Islamic language started to take good shape in all schools. But again, this problem of capacity is not there. And then the appeal was made to the Arab world and to the Islamic Conference Organization and to the Arab League to assist in this direction. And then, of course, later, 1 year later, that's 1978, the former Secretary General of Islamic Conference Organization made a historic visit to the Gambia, accompanied by the director of International Arabic School, sponsored by the Arab League. So these two powerful visitors visited the Gambia, and again, government of the Gambia appealed to them to help to enhance teaching of Arabic Islamic studies in this country. And then immediately, a series of in-service and pre-service training courses were conducted in this country, headed by Islamic Conference Organization and the Arab League. And of course, my humble self used to be either director of the course or co-director. And then in 1978, Libyan Arab Jamahiriya opened cultural center in this country, which of course another plus to Gambians, because, you know, the cultural center has facility to teach Arabic language, and it has also facility.
Is it still existing?
Well, that has gone. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately,
that has gone. That has gone. And then later they have started to give scholarship to Gambian to go and study, and then they have started also to send us textbooks. But unfortunately, these textbooks coming from Saudi Arabia, from Egypt, from Libya, you will find that the syllabus, they are not in line with West African examination syllabus. You open the textbook, you will find Sahara there, you will find date, and so on. Whereas West African examination syllabus, if you open it, you need to see something like mango, something like, you know, forestry, and so on. And Malik, you know, when these people started to come from the Arab world, again there is a problem, you know, this colonial, you know, legacy, that, you know, Arabic language is not a language that should be recognized. And then through the Teachers Union, we took up the matter under the leadership of Mr. Usman Dow, who was a Secretary General of Gambia Teachers Union, and I was his deputy. And then I was not affected by this non-recognition of, you know, BA degree from the Arab world. So we went to the then Public Service Commission or Establishment Office, and then we put our case. And then finally, we won the case. They said, okay, anybody, any Arabic scholar with a degree and then with some working knowledge of English, you should be given equal, you know, treatment like, you know, somebody who graduated from Cambridge or elsewhere. And those who cannot, you know, speak English, maybe HTC hall, HTC hall.